Today we're here to talk about looking at the labour shortage that is going to hit Canada and specifically BC. We've decided to make an LGI initiative. What is an LGI program? It is local, global, and internal. So within these constraints, we've broken them down into initiatives with why the target markets want to work for the Coast Hotel. In the industry we are in, the hotels, the job requirements and descriptions are pretty standard. They change now and again. So when you're applying for a job, what is it that separates that? We're going to focus in on what the jobs offer the students and all other demographics as well.
All right, so our local initiative is called Practice What You Teach. So we are targeting the West Coast region of BC, mainly because that is where most of the coast hotels are. But it is, you can take it across the brand. So our demographic is focused on post-secondary institutions and students. Now, the student demographic doesn't always mean just youth, adults as well. We like to consider ourselves adults. So we're targeting this group because they're passionate about the guest service industry. They're career-focused and they're potential long-term associates with the brand. So our next one is instructors in the field. I know some of our instructors are here today. So we want to get our profs into hotels, shadowing operational managers to see what is happening in the hotels currently. They have to be up to date and up to speed so they can relay back to us, the students, what is actually going on. And when we apply for a front desk job, what does that entail? The job description can encapsulate what you do on the front desk, as some of you may know. So we want to share our real experience with our students. Now, boardroom to classroom. We want to aim to bring Coast real people into the culture of our students. We would like to hold seminars with the management team with our students in the classroom setting so they can build relationships with not only those managers but with the brand itself. Now, last but not least, our Coast Connect Online. Now, this is creating an access point for internal postings exclusive to students and schools that have created the relationship with Coast. So they will see the internal postings before they go externally to GoTo or to Craigslist even for job postings. Now, on Coast Connect Online, we'll also be able to see access to journals, postings by employees that are currently employed by Coast, see what it's actually like to be part of the brand. All right, so overall, our delivery channels will include online through Coast Connect. It'll include Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, my personal favorite. So for our local initiative, we are forecasting an upfront cost of $35,000, mainly focused towards our Coast Connect online software, which is quite expensive these days. But after that initial cost of the software, just maintaining fees would be about $5,000 a year. So our message we want to convey is that you are one of our real people. We're just waiting for the right opportunity for you.
Wonderful. So there are 3 tactics to assist in international and immigration recruiting that we focused on. One that was spoken of earlier is the Provincial Nominee Program, or PNP. Another one is a Cultural Access Program, and also strategizing with Tourism BC to market seasonal positions and working vacations in unique coast hotel and resorts destinations. The Provincial Nominee Program, it promotes long-term retention of employees while assisting employers in achieving permanent residency in Canada. Employees are required to work for the company for 9 months in consecutive months, which reduces the risk of a poor investment on the company's behalf. It's a very attractive and secure initiative for both the employee and the employer. While the initiative does require time and administration expenses, it creates a loyal bond between employers and employees. And it also really promotes personal as well as career growth as well. Information sessions and information provided on sites such as Welcome BC can assist potential candidates, and human resource professionals within the company can assist their associates with any questions they have in this area. The second initiative that we have is a Cultural Access Program, which requires an employee as well as a representative from HR visiting local cultural centers, presenting sessions on the values, the vision, and the culture of coast hotels and resorts. It would be beneficial for the employee that joins the HR professional to be familiar with the background of the cultural center. Speaking the native language would also be very beneficial. Any questions, concerns, or uncertainties can be addressed and avoid any potential language barriers. There's also an opportunity for that HR professional to meet with the people that come to these information sessions and build a relationship with them. Coast Hotels has also in the past has opened their doors for family tours for their associates. Opening this up to people within the cultural communities would be also very beneficial, and showing that Coast Hotels and Resorts promotes an environment that supports multiculturalism. We've allocated around $500 per session for this. There could be advertising through social media, as well as community newsletters and poster boards. And lastly, we felt pairing with Tourism BC for global attraction on working vacations would be very beneficial. We always try and sell ourselves to the world for the tourists, but why not look in that channel as well for employees as well? We could create long-lasting relationships in different communities to assist with seasonal demand that we face. It could also be the foundation for the provincial nominee program. We feel that success stories could be shared through social media such as Facebook to promote the program.
All right, so I'm going to finish up on the LGI, the I being internal. Sometimes you don't have to look very far to find the best people there, right under your nose. The demographic will be going after our current Coast Hotel employees, so that could be anyone in BC, some of the properties in Washington, Oregon, or California, at the working age between 18 and 55 years. The tactics that we'd like to implement, the leadership development program, an internally linked job forum, and then finally a STAR Seeker program. So we'll touch on those a little bit. Starting off with the leadership development program. Now, while that may not seem as a way to recruit people in, we found that it attracts young, ambitious, driven hospitality professionals who've chosen this as a career, and seeing an organization who has that provides career progression and personal development as well. It also helps to ensure that these leaders are coming up motivating their teams by leading by example. Finally, for this segment, the small initial capital that you have to invest is very worthwhile. You might not see the results right away, but once those leaders, become your new executive team, it's definitely worth a small investment now for great results in the long run. We've averaged it out at about $3,500 of a cost for the program itself, aside from the salary or wage that you would be paying the employee. All right, and secondly, we have the internally linked job form. This is a Coast exclusive forum, so it's, again, still looking internally. You'll have job postings, which will be up there for current employees to go in and apply for. You'll also have opportunities for current employees to promote themselves. So if they're putting their resume out there or trying to further their career that way. And it also, as I mentioned, promotes their professional internal growth.
Perfect.
And then finally, I know these ideas haven't really brought all that many new people in for the labor shortage. This is where the Star Seeker program comes in. We thought of the name this morning. Star Seeker. It's where you look at your current employees as an auxiliary recruiting source. If you have employees that fit in with your values, odds are their friends and family are going to too. And if they're somewhat qualified for the position, why not go see them? So it's an incentive-based referral program. The employees who are referring are held completely accountable. I've only referred a few people in past jobs. The reduced risk of investment there is directly correlated to training. So hiring like-minded people is probably going to end up in more successful hires, hopefully for the current employee too, so it'll look better on them. And then finally, as I said, it relieves pressure on recruiting channels, which means that current employee now becomes a recruiting device that you maybe never would have utilized. And the cost Depending on the position, anywhere between 500 to 1,500, depending on whether it's a salaried, management, non-management position for the STAR seeker.
Right, so how do we measure it? We broke it down local, globally, and international, keeping with our LGI theme. Return on investment measured by HR onboarding surveys. So we want to measure what avenues are working the best for us. Activity on Coast Connect Online. This is purely based student. We want students on there. If it's not working, why isn't it working? Investigate, get it out there, get more people involved, get executives involved. Retention of school hires versus external hires. Do the recruits, are they passionate about the school, or are they just going to school for a degree or diploma? We want to see that, but I know I'm going for a career. We have the global one for employee engagement surveys. We're going after immigrants. They're uprooting their lives. Are they happy? Are we giving them the support that's needed? And we're going to do that by employee engagement surveys. Retention rates. Are they going home? Seasonal exit interviews focuses on our seasonal staff. Internal, minimize employee turnover, number of applicants participating in the leadership development program, and tracking positions. So I really want to see that. I hope you see our potential in our tactics. Traveling, we truly believe that to the students, globalization and internal hires, we can get you succession planning, and you will be ahead of the game when it comes to your industry leaders. Thank you so much. This is Cled. I'm Emma. This is Catherine and Caitlin, and we all work for hotels or fly over Canada. Have a great day. Thank you.